What's going on, guys? Just wanted to do a quick end of day type of thing. You know, it was one of those mornings where, we had a play that just did so well, AMD. Playing it in between these levels is getting scarily easy, which is, you keep doing the same play over and over and over again until it stops working. So this options play for AMD was like, we all bought it down here, and then it went from 505 to 550 overnight, and those options all went up like 100 to 200% each. And those are pretty expensive. Those options were like 500 to 1,000 or $2,000 each. So people made quite a bit overnight. So then after that, there was no real point, like you make so much in one day, there's not a real point to do it. But here's some other ones I'm just considering, like some swing trades. Besides AMD, you could do QC is at a really good level. This dollar quantum stock, it's up 10% today. Pretty good, dollar 36 level. You know, respects the 200 moving average. Yeah, just something to play for fun. You could always put a stop loss at 119 and just see what happens one day. It's gotten all the way up to 5 recently. So, nice little dollar stock to consider. ARM is the stronger one today. This looks like a stage 2 candle right here. And same thing, ARM, very similar to also AMD. You have a really nice support and resistance area right here. Here's your stage 2 candle right here. So we could definitely see, ARM also go up to maybe 360 tomorrow. And I just want to check my math on that real quick. So if we do an ARM call and we do maybe a July 17, because it'll just be a 1 day play. These are $2,000. These option contracts are a bit expensive, but if I do a $400 call, it's only 300 bucks. And if we do get to 360, I'll make about 550 in profit. That's not bad. 185% if we get to 360 for ARM tomorrow. Basically playing it up to this level, it seems that this level's pretty good. So just like AMD popping up from here to here off the bottom, ARM looks pretty good. End of day. Intel also. Although I would love Intel to loop back down one last time, we get Intel to come back down to 100. Oh man, that'd be super simple. Then I can get a longer term option call and just let it go up to 150. That's where the measured move is, right up here. Um, Also, we could look at just the general market real quick. It's a great secondary candle today, and so for the people that have been keeping up with my charts, this is what a squeeze out looks like, right? You have here to here, here. See us get squeezed out? And then maybe back down here again before we ultimately take off. You know what I mean? So that's what that looks like. And that's what we're going through right now. That's why it's easy to just get all these bottoms. Um, but right now, I'm not really trying to do anything that big. I'm just trying to see what sectors are leading at the moment. Financials looks pretty good right now. I would consider a bank play at the end of the day. Maybe something like Morgan Stanley. It's a nice little path going on right here. It's a nice secondary doji candle right here. This is the candles that really matter. They're continuation candles. This one right here. And this could keep going. Will Dave ever stop? Yeah, people like that. Like this one. It's hard to enter something like this though, you know? You know what is interesting is AAOI is looking pretty good here, right? You always want to find what the median average is for a stock, right? So if you guys could see this right here, what you could do, and maybe on Instagram you can't really see it, I'll move it over, but it looks like this. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. But if you take a rectangle and you go like this, that's its median level or range, right? So from here, this could also get back up to 160, 170, 190. This was at 232 before. We're at 125 right now in AAOI. So, overall it looks strong. Yeah, I bought some more APLD and more Rocket Lab today also. I mean, I have that feel. I mean, you guys, the people that have been watching me for a while, we've caught almost every single drop on APLD so far, and so I'm gonna keep this for forever. And forever, I mean like over 2 years, because you gotta separate some of these. Um, Interestingly enough, Micron popped up to 1,000 today, and it is holding this level. But this is what I think is going to happen with Micron. I think we're going to hit this peak right here around 1100 again. See this head and shoulder type of pattern? We're going to then come back down to the neckline at 880, and then we start to go back up again. So you could play this up a little bit more, but I don't see this as the absolute right time to buy it. Or you could buy a little bit of Micron now. I mean, I'm always against putting in big money into a stock all at once because it doesn't make like logical sense. If you put big money into a stock all at once, you can't do anything after that. You're just hoping for something to happen, right? You've lost all control. At least if you put in shares like every other day, you could increase the frequency, you could increase levels, you could increase how much you're putting in. But if so many people message me and they're like, I put 20,000 into this stock and now it's going down and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, what was the point of putting 20,000 into one particular stock at one time? It's something that I've never really fully understood, because you have no edge after that. If you put all this money into one stock at one time, you can't do anything after that unless you're ready to rescue it with 20,000 more dollars. I like Rocket Lab down here too. I keep buying shares of this like whenever it's in this area. Super good right here. Can you do puts instead of knowing it might dip to 880? That's a good question, Omi. That's a good question. You could. I don't see why not. I mean, so what I would do though is I would set it up as a DRAM straddle. Right? So let's say end of day, you're feeling left out. See this great secondary candle right here, secondary doji candle right over here. Put a big arrow. This candle. Right? Now, what we want to do is we know that price will not just stay here. Right? DRAM is all of the memory. We know price is not going to just stay here. It's either going to go up to 68, or we're going to come back down again to these levels. So if that's the case, we could play it both ways and make money betting both ways, right? So if we come over here, also I just want to check over here, Trader Daddy Pro real quick, just to see the flows. If we go to Trader Daddy Pro, and then we go down to Intel has the most amount of flows today, 114 million. Wow. Apple also has 50 million. Tesla's number 2. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it looks like this. Sorry. It looks like this. Intel, Tesla, SanDisk. Right? This is what it looks like. So, AXP is getting a lot right now. Let's look at just the big ones of today, the big calls of today, of the unusual calls for today. Pepsi's earnings are coming out. I kind of wanted to play around with that. I might just put something in for Pepsi earnings. I have a feeling that might hit. It's all the way down here. Oh, they already came out with their earnings. This isn't a bad play because you can get Pepsi calls at this level pretty easily now. It's at a good support. Oh, wow, look at this. Look at the support. Pepsi's been at this area for like almost a whole year now. See, look. That is almost a whole year. Every time Pepsi gets down to this area, we've come back up again. So this would actually be a good day. I love playing stocks after earnings, but they did well. Pepsi did well, but it still went down. Now it bounced off of that support again, and you could play this back up. So that would work. Micron CEO about to get on Fox News. How far out would you go on the Pepsi calls? I like the questions today, guys. Everybody gets more excited when the market starts to go back up. I would do you know what? I have a tool for this. On TradingDaddy Pro, you can always just go to the liquidity map, and then you could type in Pepsi. I would do calls. It looks like these September 155s are getting a lot of money, and they're only $100. That's the most played ones right now. I might get those. That makes sense. I could get the Pepsi 100, 155s, so it'd be this. So if Pepsi goes back up to 160, that would be 800%, which isn't bad. It's not bad. 800%. Let's say it takes a whole month to get to back up, to 155. You would still make close to 400%. I like that. I like that play. You have so much time for Pepsi to go back up, and they had good earnings. I'm just going to read a little bit more about it. It said inflation weighted on results. North American food revenue fell 2% year over year. But Coca-Cola's been doing well too. The GLP-1 users still buy Pepsi products, but consume smaller portions. Interesting. Well, even if I don't do it today, I know that the area between 134 and 138 is a really good buy zone for Pepsi. So it's not like I have to do it right now. It's a good one. That'll definitely be on my lists. Does KO also follow Pepsi? I mean, they all own like very similar brands. You know what I mean? One owns Gatorade, one owns Powerade. You could see, Coca-Cola starting to really move here. I love these staircases. We have momentum up. We have green volume. Coca-Cola would be good right here too, because we're coming back to this level again, but a little bit higher, higher lows, sorry. So this could keep going. Do you lose 100 or more if the call fails? No. You just lose whatever the call is worth. So sorry. The call is worth $107, right? The worst that could happen is you lose the 107. That's the worst thing that could happen. But let's say in 2 weeks from now, Pepsi gets to 160, you make 800% profit, or you would make $875 in profit, of pure profit. So it's not bad. And you could take it out before then. If Pepsi gets up to 148 in the next few weeks or something, you'd make 173 in profit on top of your 107. So that's not bad either. But what a lot of people will do is they'll buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 of those Pepsi contracts, and then as it goes up, you keep taking one out so that you can let your runners keep running up. And that's how you see people get like 1,000% returns on things, because they sold out in profit the ones as it's going up. So that's all good and cool. Let me see. Apple looked like it was breaking. Apple is breaking right now. I don't know. For some reason, though, on days where I've already made so much in the morning, I don't really look to go back and try things like this. But let me take a little look at Apple levels. Ticker search, Apple. So this is the GEX levels. Now, when people talk about, the chart, that's just lines on a chart. GEX levels are actual institutional levels. Like this is also what I used, when I worked at investment banks, GEX levels. Because these are real levels. These are not just made up on a chart. Um, so the next level is going to be 320. You could see all about it, open interest right here. And then we should be able to get there. If not today, tomorrow. We're at 3. We can see the breakout happening right now, actually. Let's go down to a 15-minute. And so here you go. Here's your breakout happening right here on Apple. Because look at all this green demand. This is all unusual buying going on in this green. That's what that means. I wouldn't have this. It comes on automatically if it detects. And now you can see the breakout happening. And so 320 is all the way up here. Right around here. But we should hit the 318.50 pretty quickly. Or at least 317.15. The 317.50. But we are breaking out. Where now this is the highest it's been. And we have buying pressure. If we go down even to a smaller time frame, yeah, we're definitely breaking out. Today to tomorrow could be pretty good. It's just, I don't know if I want to chase it. I like getting Apple when there's a big dip. Because Apple always swings back. It's the easiest one to trade out of any other stock for options, at least. Um, I like that Pepsi trade though. That made a lot of sense. Um, Nibius will probably end up coming back here. 200 is a good level for it. I did 2 plays in Apple earlier, 100% gain. Nice. What in the world happened to RXT? Rackspace? I have a couple hundred shares on that. Oh, wow. I didn't even see this today. Oh, man, it sucks. They offered more stock offering. That sucks. Yeah, it's the risk you run with smaller stocks. All of a sudden it looks great, and then this happens. Happened to SoFi, happened to um, NBTS. It's unfortunate. But that's the whole thing. Like I was building a small position in it, so now I'm not going to keep building that until I see that things are cleared. Or if it goes down low enough, maybe I'll start building it again. But that's why again I don't put like large amounts into stock. I try to build positions that I like. But that was a fun one. I thought that could work out. They have real partnerships, RXD. NVTS at 14 also looks pretty good. How do I get into trading? I use Charles Schwab to invest in stocks. So what's the best way to introduce? Well, it sounds like you're already trading. You use Charles Schwab to invest in stocks. That sounds like trading to me. I'm also curious on if you guys just find info on the chart or you use news articles. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Number one is I don't understand logically how people will join, trading groups where like the head person of the group has never had like real financial experience before in their life. But people gladly join those groups. It's amazing to me. Imagine joining a nursing group and the head person has never been a nurse before or has never worked on real patients or never worked in a hospital, you know? It absolutely amazes me. But I mean, we have TraderDaddy.pro, which has the most features of any trading website that is live right now. We track unusual flow for breakouts. We have the actual institutional levels called GEX levels, so it's not just lines on a chart, but you could actually see all of the institutional levels. You know, so we can always see where the next bar is, right? For Tesla, it's going to be 410 and then 420. So we know where the open interest is going. We have every type of market intel that exists: insider trading, political, politicians, hedge fund tracker. Um, we have this is all ours, like we have. And if you have no idea how to do any of this, you could just ask Aria, our AI trader lady, whatever question you want, and she'll tell you. She'll scan all of this. It's all real time. So, but a lot of it we do go back to the chart to see like where things are and if it's a good idea. But a lot of our things come off of there. So, yeah. Because a lot of people I'll meet them on Zoom and they'll go on and on about how they're in some Discord, how they watch somebody trade every morning. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, do you ask questions? And they're like, no, it's not like that. People just follow one person every day. And I'm like, so how do you get better? And they're like, I don't know. And they just still stay in that same Discord for some reason. They don't really ever make any changes, you know? Like, of course, like, I do the Zooms with my group in the morning and in the afternoon and at night, but it's more towards, like, making sure they understand exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But sometimes a lot of these aren't even my trades. Like, out of the 125 people in the group, like, we come up with them together, you know? Like, I don't just bank because I can't see everything, you know? I can't see everything. But a lot of it comes from seeing where big money trades come from, you know? Like, what is the most unusual trades of today? And then there should be a breakout that we're looking for, and if everything lines up with momentum, then you'll get a breakout. Or if they're the same levels every day, you can get them. Is it a sure bet that it will go like that showed? Is it a sure bet that it will go up like showed? No, nothing's a sure bet. Not in trading. Trading's a game of probability. It's never. That's like saying, if you go to the gym, is it a sure bet that you'll get big muscles? You know? Like, maybe. It just depends on your effort. You know what I mean? It just gets it's effort driven after a while. Yeah. We could look at Alibaba. But I think the one thing that is very strange to me is the way that people will join these groups and the person has obviously no financial experience, like, ever. You know? It's something that I'll just never truly understand. Alibaba looks pretty good. I just don't mess around with Chinese stocks anymore, but I do know Alibaba looks good. I just look at generalized levels, I mean, and then triangles. We have a triangle scanner too in here. Breakout triangles. Google, eBay, ET. So like if you like click on one of these, you'll see like this is a triangle breaking out right here. Or there's the triangle. IRIN and AEHR. I like IRIN, but I like APLD more, if that makes sense. And I like NBIS more. I would rather buy those two. than iron. AEHR isn't bad either here. Again, we're at a good level. We're starting to rebound. You might as well just go for AAOI. It's a better if you're just listing all those, you know? I want to see where AMD finishes today. I hope it goes back to 500 again. I've been doing this for like 3 weeks now, just playing AMD from 500 up to 550 or 560. Because that right there, just to show you something, that is a 10% swing. 11. Let's say 10%. AMD. Look how much these cost for September. $7,500. But let's say for July 17, you get this for $722. Okay? And then it goes up 10%. You would make $2,000 in profit. You know? So that would be almost 300%, which isn't bad. I like ARM as one of them here. I also like ON Semiconductors. Try to break out today. I don't know if I'm going to do anything at the end of the day. Palo Alto looks pretty good. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm going to try to figure out which banking stock would be nice to do at the end of the day. BAC doesn't cost anything to play. Because if you look, financials are breaking out right now. See? Now we came back. This could keep going. Let me look at to see which one looks the best. Morgan Stanley we looked at. That was pretty good. I like Morgan Stanley here. It's also a run up to earnings, so I could play Morgan Stanley going into next week. Let me see how much these would cost. Morgan Stanley usually does well on their earnings. If I buy a July 31st call or a June 21st call and go out to 240, that's $387. If we go up like 5%, that's 100%. So like, I'd make 400. So that's not bad. I kind of like, I kind of like Morgan Stanley here to buy in for earnings for next week because I think we're going to push up to earnings. I like this candle here. I just don't know which one I'm going to do. Maybe the July 31st, the 235s. There's no volume though. Let me go back over here. And let me go back over to, I'm going to go and look at liquidity map again to see the best Morgan Stanley ones. Or I could play the Apple breakout to 320 or 325. But yeah, there's not a whole lot for Morgan Stanley right now. The August 21st for a 240 call is 380. I kind of want to play it. It looks good. Wells Fargo looks pretty good too. They have earnings on the 14th. Bank of America would be the one that doesn't cost as much. This was a great breakout off of this structure here. You can see the breakout that just ran all the way up. That was another breakout we had. STT is looking sharp too. Yeah. I'm starting to get, I kind of want to start setting up my bank play the 15 minutes to the end. I kind of want to put something in. I just didn't want to put $300 worth for Morgan Stanley. Let me see what else I got here. I could do. Man, there's really nothing. I like that one a lot, but sometimes Qualcomm looks good too. Qualcomm's gonna probably keep going here. This is like one of those like really nice dip and back up plays. Silver's looking better down here. I have a leap on silver. Let's see what else. FCX looks good for copper. This is exactly what you want to see in terms of a reversal. Moving 10.95% on average the last 5 years. Seasonality for MS from July 2 to September 17. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to crush it again. They crushed it last time, the time before that. I don't know why. They also had they were the second lead in the SpaceX IPO. Like every earnings they do really well. Like the last 4 of them in a row. Even when they miss, 5 days later they come back. So I feel like if I get an August 21st call, even if it goes up tomorrow, I could just take it out. That would be like 50% if it just gets up to like, 227 or something. But I don't know. I'm not like jumping up and down about it. Meta is having quite a day. I thought they were getting sued into oblivion. Plans to double data center power. To build a 13 Canadian dollar, 13 billion Canadian dollar AI data center in Alberta. Alright, well, I guess that's where the data centers are now. Robinhood is up 1.6%. NU keeps going up. This is a good level for NU as well. So check healthcare. This isn't bad either. But I don't know. The only thing that looks really good right now is Pepsi, maybe a quick Morgan Stanley play. You could also get NVTS down at these levels here at 14. Super low, back at the 200 moving average. This will get up to the 20s again. Really underpriced. Apple's definitely probably going to get to 320 tomorrow, yeah. You've seen Apple on those levels just bounce right off of each other. QBTS is at a good level too right here, 21. But I don't know. It's hard because like sometimes when the group is doing really, really well, like had like an unbelievable morning, sometimes I'm just like, you know, kind of float into tomorrow. I don't really need to put out any more trades today. SoFi is up 4.5%. Are you going to catch that last minute and mute? No, I don't trade like that. The only way I would play DRAM is with 2 calls and a put. So I could do DRAM and do 2 calls and 1 put. The put would be for tomorrow morning, for tomorrow, and the calls would be for next week. So if for some reason we just dump tomorrow, the put would pay for everything. And if we go straight up, those 2 calls will, you know what I mean, will be so much more. But I don't know. I like swinging things off of the bottom. This is still the bottom, but you could do it like that. You could do 2 calls and 1 put. you know. But no, I don't scalp like the last 3 minutes of the day. Um, there's a lot that has to go into me actually taking the trade. I have to watch it do the same thing over and over again. I mean, DRAM would be good, right? Like if I played this out, I wish the August Morgan Stanley ones were less expensive. But if I do a DRAM for July 31st, a 70 call, it's 435. I could also do July 17s. The 70s are only 200. I could get two of these. And if it goes up to, let's say, 70, that'll be $234 in profit each. So I would be profiting like $460. And then my put, that would cover the cost of any put that I would buy too. So, for example, if we go down tomorrow and we get a put that's like worth $75, if we go down like 7% again, we would make 238. So, I have 6 open Intel contracts. Went to you have to stop gambling, bro. It's just straight gambling. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on Intel. I needed to get to 100. I didn't even make any trades today besides adding some Rocket Lab shares, adding some APLD shares for the long term. You know, it's not like I'm that interested in trying to squeeze every little dollar out of each of these, you know. These actually. Oh, Oracle. Sorry. Oh, people on YouTube actually watch this too. Sorry, guys. I forgot I was streaming on YouTube. People are giving me all of these symbols to look at on YouTube that I just saw. Oracle looks great, actually. You guys could take a shot at Oracle all you want. This is a great level for Oracle. Look at this. Really nice level for Oracle. You could also get an IGV call here. This could keep going if you believe in Microsoft, Palantir. IGV could keep going up. XRP, you know, I've been buying XRP for years, like every week. And then I started to just use that money to buy LTC Litecoin instead and Solana and Bitcoin. And so what I do is I buy it every other day and I try to buy them in certain brokerages where I could take that crypto, and if I sell it, I could use it as buying power for options. So if I'm ever short on buying power, I just go straight to the crypto that I have. And if I don't have to use my buying power for a while, then I just keep stacking more crypto. But no, I stopped doing XRP because it just got too insane for me to try to make a justification for it anymore. Yeah, it's like at $1 still. Every 3 or 4 years, it goes up like 300 or 400%. But I'd rather just buy Litecoin. When Bitcoin goes up, Litecoin goes up like triple every time. So you know, Solana actually has utility, but I don't know. Let's see where the Nasdaq is end of day. It looks like a great candle though. I should be entering more things here. Like we could pop up. I might do a QQQ call. I might do a straddle here end of day. Let me just take a quick look of a QQQ straddle end of day. I could do a put for tomorrow. I might do this instead. Wait for tomorrow. So A 315 put is 118. So if we drop down like 1% tomorrow, that would be worth like $220. And then I could get a call for like the 13th on Monday, for Monday. And if it goes up a percent on here and I make it like $200 worth, we go 1%, I'll make 300. I don't know. Because it's not going to stay at this level, right? We're going to go back down a little bit overnight or we're going to pop up overnight. So we can make money on this. Do you invest in gold or not really your thing? Yeah, well, I do long-term leaps, like long-term options on gold and silver. Um, I don't know if I can get off this straddle in time. I kind of want to do it though. Maybe a out of the money one. I had such a good day though. I really don't want to do anything else. I think that's it. I think I'm good. Tomorrow this is definitely gonna probably pop up though. Whatever. Oh, Citigroup looks pretty good here. We have earnings on that next week. Next week, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna start figuring out. Also BlackBerry. Oh, you know what? I might do a BlackBerry end of day. I wanted to get back into BlackBerry. I might do that for like September. Yeah, it's only $134 for the $13 calls for BlackBerry. I'm gonna definitely get one of these right now. Oh, did it get filled? So always off by like 1 cent. So I got the September BlackBerry ones here. I wanted to see because this is a secondary right here. Let me make sure. It's only 3 minutes left. September call. Not really doing anything else. Yeah. Honestly, when we have such a big win in the group in the morning, like I don't really try to push it because I just let people, do what they want to do. Wait, with your BB? With you and BB? What? Pepsi is crushing. Yeah. Pepsi's a good one. I might try to do it tomorrow too. I love this level for Pepsi. You guys can see all the way back. It just keeps hitting the support. I might make a video saying I'll probably make a video right now being like, best levels for July part two. And then I'll do, or you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna make a video that says top three stocks for that can crush long term. No, what's a good title? Top three stocks with the best that with the best overall growth for the next 5 years. I don't know. It's a pretty good deal though for those BlackBerry ones. XLK looks really good too for technology. That's gonna probably go higher or above the 20 moving average. I should have done an XLK call end of day. Secondary doji candle. We're probably gonna go up to here now. That's it, guys. That's it. Good day today. Solid day. Um, you know, it's nice to work towards something like, the AMD play and have that work out so well. Even Intel worked out from yesterday. But a lot of good came out of this. It really reinforced everything that we go over on a daily basis. You know, it was a really good day. It was so interesting this morning to get so many screenshots coming in at once of people's wins. A lot of communication. Look at these. I'm just trying to look at the feed for the last minute or last few minutes of the day for unusual activity. Let's do today. Or, yeah. We had a lot of interesting ones today. Top five flows of the day: SanDisk, QQQ, Walmart, Broadcom. What happened with Broadcom? Broadcom did well too. That popped up again. If we get above this, we could start moving again. Yeah, Micron wasn't moving for the rest of the day, so that's about it. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know, and uh, make another video. Then I'll be with my premium group later tonight to see what looks good for tomorrow morning. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later. Take care. Bye bye. I mean, I also got, oh, you got a BB for September also. That's awesome. All right.